Hey guys, how do you charge for an IRS offer and compromise? How do we decide what we're going to charge, what we're not going to charge? Um, Now, look, I'm going to break this down for you. If you're an accountant, CPA, EA, I'm going to give you some good advice, I think, in this. It's going to be a short video. If you're a taxpayer who has a problem, I'm going to break down to you for you kind of how we approach these issues and also how you can save yourself a lot of money if you would just take some initiative and make our life easier. All right, as the tax pro. But then finally, guys, I'm for the accountants, EAs and CPAs and attorneys. I'm going to give you one last piece of advice at the end that is critical. All right, I have had to defend a number of accountants on this. Do not fall into this. I swear it is could be career ending, and if nothing else, you will have just wasted tens of hours, hundreds of hours potentially. Okay, so it's almost an inside secret from someone who's done this for 25 years. So how do we charge for an offer and compromise? Well, there's two approaches to this. We do flat fee, or we're just going to do hourly. So I'll give you an example. So right now, we generally will charge $6,500 to do an offer and compromise if it's flat fee. Now, why would I agree to do an offer on a flat fee? It depends. It depends. If the client does not have much in terms of things to battle over, we can get this done pretty quickly and easily if they'll cooperate. And at $6,500, we actually make a decent amount of money. It's a moneymaker. And do I feel bad about that? No. 25 years of building up expertise, writing books, doing the talks. This is the culmination of that. And that's why I tell my tax rep members when we're training you to do this, it's to make money. Don't get me wrong. We do pro bono cases. I do help with the low income taxpayer clinics. I'm all about pro bono, really. The thing about pro bono work, though, I like to choose my pro bono work, not have it choose me. All right. So, yes, we have represented battered women and all sorts of stuff, and we're happy to do it. But if somebody calls me and they're a W 2 employee, or even if they're self employed, they've got a P&L, they've got their books together, and they can get me everything, we could do it on a flat fee. Otherwise, the other way to do this is we take a large retainer, usually 5,000, 7,500, and we will start billing hourly because it's complicated. They have multiple business entities. They don't have their stuff together, so we're going to have to help them through that. I might have to bring in an accountant to help them. All right, that because I don't know what it's really going to entail. It's going to be a higher retainer generally, and we're going to have to work through it. And so, if you're a taxpayer listening to this, here's some advice for you. I'm sorry, it's just a beautiful day. I'm out in the yard, as you can tell. So, if you're a taxpayer and you want to save yourself a lot of money, here's what you do: you get your shit together for the professional. Don't make them chase you. All right. So, if I tell a client, look, we're going to need to confirm that you have your returns prepared, that you've got your stuff, we send you the checklist of documents. And I've had this, clients will message me, I have everything, send me the link, I'm going to upload it, I want to pay the retainer. So I've taken a 3,500 retainer for the analysis on those flat fees, 6,500 usually, because you don't know what you don't know, so I got to get through the analysis. And they have everything together. And I've actually told them, look, another 500 bucks, we can get this done for 4 grand. Thank you. I mean, you handed me everything. We can wrap this up. You're an offer candidate, and boom, we're off. That client just saved $2,500 at least just by doing and getting me what I asked for. I can do the $3,500 analysis, still not have everything, and begin to realize pretty quickly this client is maybe a client that I don't want. And I can tell you right now, the fee's just going to go up. Not an attempt to drive them out, but I'm going to tell them I have to charge rate times hour. because I don't know how much chasing I'm going to have to do. How much time am I going to have to try to buy with the IRS? Am I out? Not quite, but almost. So, taxpayers, if you want to save money and really get a good answer and solve your tax problem, do the shit we ask you to do. You'll save yourself money, time, headache, and you'll get there faster and make this a bad memory that much faster, okay? For the EAs and the CPAs, all right, you've got to do that upfront analysis. There's no other way around it, all right? I'll give you an example. You call me up and say, hey, Eric, my client owes 100,000, right? Make 70 grand a year. Can we do an offer? I don't know. Are they married with kids or are they single? Do they have any health problems, a lot of out of pocket medical, or are they in good health? When did you file the returns? Did you file them all now so there's 10 years on the statute? Or has he been filing each year running up the debt? So we have to get those CSEDs, the collection statute expiration dates on each year and sort that out. That's what the analysis is for. I just don't know. The other thing is, let's say we go through everything and we determine you had just filed the returns, the last 6 years of returns, right? That's what we need to for compliance, right? You just filed, let's say, 19 through 24. Client owes 100,000. You've got all the bills, and we determined they could pay $1,000 a month. They can't do an offer on the surface, right? $1,000 a month, 10-year collection statutes, $120,000 that they show they can pay. They only owe 100. Get into a full pay installment agreement. But let's say we review this and we're like, Mr. Jones, let's call it. Mr. Jones, you're self-employed. How long can you live without your income? So what do you mean? If you get into an accident and you're disabled, do you have disability insurance? Because I don't see it in here. No, I don't. How long can you live without your income? How long before you go bankrupt? Forgetting about your medical expenses, just how long before you go bankrupt? I don't know, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, maybe. I could move in with my parents. Go get disability insurance. It's an allowable expense. You need it anyway. You should have it. By the way, if you're listening to this, I hope you have disability insurance, either through your employer or you have it. 20 times greater chance of being disabled than dying in an accident. Most people have life insurance. They don't have disability insurance. But it's an allowable expense. So now Mr. Jones goes and he gets disability insurance and puts it in place. He's got to have a history of paying it. So we got to have at least 3 months of payments. Remember that. But it's $300 a month. Now he can't pay 1,000. He can only pay 700. 700 times 12 is $8,400 a year. That's only 84,000. He can't full pay. Now we can do an offer and compromise. 12 months of future income is 8,400 bucks. I'm assuming they don't have any assets with any real equity in it for our purposes of this conversation. So the key thing here, okay, you got to do the analysis. And that is when, as a tax pro, we can bring our expertise to the table and really solve these problems for people. And again, if you're a taxpayer, it is critical that you actively participate in trying. My buddies who are former Navy SEALs, Steve Just has been on the podcast, will tell you actively participate in saving your own life. If there's an active shooter, whatever, don't lay there and hope someone comes saves you. Actively participate in saving your own life. It's kind of the same thing. You want to solve your tax problem, actively participate. Now, you may not want to do it yourself. I don't necessarily recommend that unless you've really gotten yourself up to speed to do it. But you go hire a pro and say, look, I want to get this done. What do you need to get this analysis done? Give me the list. Give me a couple days and you'll have it. And go home, shut the fucking TV off, and get the shit done. I'm sorry, but the most annoying thing for us is to chase you. Now, final thing, and this is big, and unfortunately, it comes up every year. I have to break the bad news to a CPA or EA. And if you're a taxpayer, listen up. We cannot do a collection case on a contingent fee. You cannot do an offer and compromise with the IRS and get a percentage of what you save them. It might seem unfair, whatever. It is not allowed under Circular 230. Circular 230 are the ethics rules for all of us to practice before the IRS. If you're an EA or CPA and haven't read Circular 230 lately, Go download it. Just put into Google Circular 230 PDF and you'll get it in 30 seconds. All right. You are not allowed to do a contingent fee unless it's a refund claim, credits, penalty abatement, or whistleblower case, or litigation type stuff. Collection cases, installment agreements, uncollectible offers and compromise, not allowed. So don't do that. It's a violation of the ethics rules. And taxpayers, no, we cannot take a percentage. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. All right. So, guys, I hope we've covered a little bit. When would you want to do a flat fee? When do you want to just take the retainer and bill hourly? You may not necessarily make as much in terms of profit above your billable rate, but you really can't get burned either. And lastly, no contingent fees on offers. Taxpayers, you can save yourself money and save a lot of people getting pissed at you and chasing you and all of that if you would just actively participate in solving your problem and get us the shit that we need. All right? Get outside, have a cigar. It's gorgeous. All right? I hope that helps everybody.